Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this React.js video tutorial we will learn about should component update lifecycle method. This is a unique lifecycle method in which basically you can choose that you want to update your component or not, and you can just see it clearly inside the name of this component. It will basically asking to you, should you want to update your component or not. If you return true inside it, then it will update your component, else it will not going to update, right? So all right, so you might have a question that when it will ask whenever you will update any state or prop, then it will ask to you. Here you can see that inside this diagram, it will basically called whenever you will update any prop or any state. Then on updating on any state and prop, it will ask to you that should you want to update your component. If you return yes, then it will basically render again or update your component, else it will not going to update, right? By default it will return false. So what is the use of it? So let's say sometime you just don't want to update your component on a specific state. For example, whenever your state, you have a state with the name of counter, and whenever your counter state is equal to 5, you don't want to update your component. That time you can put a condition, if your state value, state counter value is 5, then component should not be updated, right? And rather than it will basically improve your application performance. So if there is some unwanted renders on a state, then you can stop them, and your application will work speedily, right? I will show you everything. So now let's get started with the example. So first of all, you can see that I have a class component. So I'm just going to define a state here, this dot state, and let's say my state name is a counter. Just make it count, right? By default its value is 0, and let's just print it, this dot state dot count, and here you can see that we have a counter value. So now what I'm just going to do, I'm going to make a button, and on this button click we will update this counter state. So just write here update counter, and just make a on click event here, arrow function, and just simply put here this dot set state, and counter will be the current value, this dot state dot count plus 1, right? And now you will find that this is working fine. So now what I'm just going to do, I'm going to define here should component update, right? And just simply make a console dot one here, and just simply put here should component update inside a string. And now whenever you will update your counter, you actually not going to see the your counter is updating here, but you will see that everything is working fine inside the console. So whenever you will click on, then you can see that the component should mount is actually updating, and it should update. Why? It should print. Why? Because this always be called on a set state and a set props. So this is calling, that's great, but why our state is not actually updating? Because by default should component update actually returns false. That means our component should not be update. If I'm just going to print here a state, so that I can just check that state is actually updating or not, right? So you will find that state is actually updating, but it will, our component is not actually updating, and that's why render is not working and state is not printing here our current value. So here you can see that state is actually updating, right? But this is not displayed here. So for that, what we can do it, we can just simply return true here, right? So, and now you will find that this is working fine, right? So this is a one way. So sometime if we have our state is unwanted update, then we can stop rendering and updating our component. It will enhance our component speed, right? So let's say, just check out some another example. So if I'm just going to put here, if this dot state dot counter value is less than 5, then it will basically return true, right? And after that this component should not be updated. So now what you will find, that till 5 this is basically working fine, but after 5 we don't have any update here, right? Because our component is not going to update after that, right? So this is the way that we can just stop rendering on a conditional basis. And you can also use here props here. Even I'm just going to use here one state, you can use multiple states and all, right? So that's all about it. And so now let's jump on my previous video's question. I asked that, can we call API inside component did update? Yes, you can call if you just want to call your API on a conditional base, right? But if you don't want to call your API on a conditional base, then you must have to call your APIs inside a component did mount or any button click event, right? Create any function, let's say just create a function, and this function call on this update, and then you can call, right? So now my question is, which one is calling first and which one is calling second in should component update and component did update lifecycle method? Which one is calling first and which one is calling second, right? So you can attempt this question in a comment box. And one more thing is that never ever just put this function like blank this. So if you were just going to put blank here and just forget that this is actually not going to work, then you will find that your states and your props actually not going to update your component, right? So keep in mind that. So in the next video we will just learn about component will unmount lifecycle method, right? So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. Bye bye, God bless you.